Welcome back to the Popcast. We're here for another episode. This is episode 31, a movie review of The Long Walk. We're coming to you, as always, from deep underground in the secret nerd base. How you doing?
Good.
This was,
I'm a little shaken up after this movie.
yeah, we came straight from the theater and we're doing our thing here. We're going to get to the movie review. A lot to talk about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So stick with us. What do we got here first? We always go through some comics, don't we?
Yeah, these are this week's hottest items on the shelf.
This is almost a comic book show on top of being, well, it's the Popcast. So pop
It's
culture,
everything
popular.
pop culture.
Yeah, it could be anything.
First up, we got, what is this? Godzilla number 2. This is the ongoing Godzilla run. They gave him green because they always are looking for a different color. Look at he's green.
What other color is he?
Dude, what are you talking about?
Like a grayish green?
No, I'm talking about his atomic powers.
Oh, yeah. They
usually, he's famously blue. Then he kind of went orange for a little bit when he was burning Godzilla form. I stuck with that, and then, now they're always looking for different colors. So in this comic run, his atomic ability.
Ooh. Let's see that. I got it. Yeah, that's a cool cover there.
Little Jet Jaguar is
a little Jet Jaguar on there.
That's classic though. He's always been able to shrink and go up to Godzilla's size.
He was from Godzilla vs. Megalon.
The classic first American
theater
theater release.
We saw that at the theaters. That was awesome.
Could you imagine?
No, I can't.
Could you imagine
somehow that got into theaters, with the dub back in the day. It was a cool one though. Godzilla comics. Who would have thought? All right, good one. These are new issues.
These are new issues that
Sometimes
drop
we
Wednesday.
gotta
We like to bring a retro, but why not?
Where do you get your comics?
I get them from the local comic book store, the Pop Shop. Not to be confused with Soda Pops, as has happened
multiple occasions.
But the Pop Shop, yeah. That's where I get all of mine, mostly. All my new ones.
Yeah.
Next up, Absolute Batman. What is this? Number 12. Oh, baby. If you're not reading the Absolute titles, they have one for everybody. Batman, Superman.
This looks like, if you can see that very well, Batman versus Godzilla.
Yeah. The Absolute universe is just over the top. They're trying to do... These characters are all different from what you know. So in this universe, Batman is young. He is not rich. He has a loving mom at home. But he's like 6'7", 300 pounds. And his bat symbol, he can... unattach it from his chest and use it as a battle axe. His ears, he can pull them out and they're knives.
Wow, that's legit.
And he's got a loving mom at home. This guy is a problem.
That is a problem.
But yeah, that
was
one.
She named Martha?
Martha! That one
that will prevent any skirmishes with Superman if he ever shows up.
Yeah. In the Absolute Universe, like I said, there's one for everybody, obviously. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. I think Green Lantern, Flash, and Martian Manhunter all have one. Martian Manhunter, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Top of the line stories they're telling in the Absolute Universe. So highly recommend that.
Absolutely.
And lastly, we have Captain America number 3. This is a variant cover. It's all green this week. But yeah.
Yeah, it is all green. All green.
That is prestigious Captain America run. That's one for the ages. That's probably the hottest book Marvel's putting out right now. Really? I'll say it. It's either that.
Is that your opinion or that's a true fact?
That's my opinion, but I don't think many people would disagree. I think it's that or Ultimate Spider-Man, very clearly, and then this is my personal opinion. Imperial by Jonathan Hickman.
What's that all about?
Dude, let me tell you, this is like Marvel, Game of Thrones, but cosmic. They're in the galactic level. It's absolutely insane. Jonathan Hickman is the writer of Ultimate Spider-Man, so he's doing 2 top
Maybe we can get him on the show. You bring him up all the time.
Dude,
you ought to just Instagram and see
I'm a Jonathan Hickman fan, dude. I'm a fanboy of Jonathan Hickman because
why don't you make that between now and the next show, and then you can report back to us.
Yeah,
what happened?
This clip.
Send him a clip.
Jonathan Hickman, come on. You're doing great work over there. But I'll say this. I'm working with you to write a comic book. And I only say that because number one.
A different kind of writing because it's all dialogue. You know what I mean? You're only writing dialogue
and inner monologue.
Yeah.
And comic controversy. Number 1 came out this week. number 1, issue 1 of Red Hood, the Jason Todd character post Robin. Now, he's got some
beat down.
He's got some lore to him for sure. He's an interesting character, obviously, because he kind of comes back as a friction to Batman, and he brings up some valid points of, why don't you killing these people?
That's like Peacemaker's point too, right?
Yeah, Peacemaker and Punisher, and I think that does.
It does. I don't want to get political, so I'll leave it out.
But he does provide a certain sense of
counterbalance.
A counterbalance to Batman and even famously in his dialogue when he first comes back, he does say, okay, maybe not Harvey Dent, maybe not Penguin, but why not the Joker? Why don't you take him? Why not? And that's the most interesting thing about him is putting him against Batman. And it's not maybe his villain, because obviously Batman was for, in hand-to-hand combat. But
yeah,
that's not the point. The point is they made a Red Hood number 1 that came out.
So are they? So they obviously
it's canceled. That's the controversy. It got canceled after 1 issue. The creator, I guess, might have said some things.
Wait, the creator got canceled or the comic got canceled?
The comic got canceled by DC. They said, we don't support what this creator saying. Like,
that's what I mean. So really, the creator got canceled, causing the issue to get canceled.
But
not the same type of cancel.
It's pretty bad. The issue's pretty bad.
The issue's bad?
Yeah, people are saying it's a cover-up. DC was just like, this is so bad.
Well, how did it get out then? Somebody read it before it got out.
No one knows.
And
the creator was saying,
read it?
No, nobody's
Is
read
it like rare? Oh, so it didn't even get to newsstands.
No, it got to newsstands, but everybody, they put like preview pages in the back of issues. So they put preview pages in the back of Batman or whatever. People are reading it. They're like, dude, what is this?
This is garbage.
And then the creator came out and was like, yeah, I never read a Jason Todd story. I didn't want to read that before making my own.
Then how can you have
That's
take?
What I'm saying.
You're just making stuff up.
But that's what I'm saying is, when I said how hard can it be to write a comic book, who are they hiring? Why not hire a total Red Hood fanboy to write a story that would deliver on what other fanboys of Red Hood want to see? And that brings up my point, Captain America. That is great.
That brings up the movie question again too, though. They hire people and actors. Well, I wasn't really a big Star Wars fan growing up, so I'm going to be in charge of the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah, like why? What is the train of thought there?
Yeah, why would that be it? Why would that be a desired thing?
But yeah, you put it's Red Hood, it's Huntress is in there.
I always thought she's an underused character. Nobody ever played her right.
Yeah, this could have been a break. It wasn't.
Apparently,
it's canned. It got canned the day it came out.
She's like, what was it? Elongated Man. The character in the back of the book.
Oh yeah, one of those.
Huntress is like that. She never quite made it out of the back of the book. She had her own series a couple times, and I have some of those. But it's always good.
Yeah, but it got canceled day of release.
Canceled day of release. So this might be a valuable comic.
No, because it's so bad. Like
but it'll be like
the first words are like, "Oh, the humidity." This is Jason Todd. Yeah, and this is like paraphrasing. The humidity is so bad here. It's like warm saliva. And that's what everybody kind of was like face palm. Why is Jason Todd saying that? First of all, why is anybody saying that? But Jason Todd, this guy, this Robin, who's been killed and brought back to life, he doesn't care about humidity. He doesn't care about warm saliva.
No, I wouldn't think so. Yeah. I've been dead.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. How can't you have like a fan, right? Because how hard is it to write Captain America? Again, that's a great one. But I always say, this is my idea. Throw him back in World War II. Why isn't there a Captain America ongoing run where he's in World War II? World War II adventures.
Yeah.
You could do so many villains, because all of his villains all the time are, well, Red Skull has returned.
Yeah.
The Winter Soldier, he was frozen just like you for however many years.
They're all back there.
Baron Zemo. Armin Zola is in a robot body now. Okay, so why not go back here?
Yeah, I mean, that probably is a gold mine of. War comics were super popular for a long time. Sergeant Rock, Sergeant Fury, Tales from the War, GI Combat. So
I just can't
put Captain America into those.
And he has the Howling Commandos. You could put Nick Fury.
But you could also have whacked out stuff in there. like the Nazis doing all kind of experiments on robots and UFOs. You know, I'll get into the.
Yeah,
it'll be a whole sidetrack episode.
But
of the
that's
conspiracies.
You could make
Nazis.
so many cool Captain America villains because all you really have is Red Skull, and he doesn't really have a place in the modern world. But if you go back in time, you give Captain America the Commandos, and they did a thing. Just to add on to that, they have Red Band comic. Punisher #1 came out this week. Red Band comic, and that means they like seal it in wrap. And open up. And you have to eat. But and obviously with Punisher it works because it's just probably just a guy,
probably.
But if you have to do that for Captain America, have him throw that shield, no one's going to sit there and go,
You can't do that with Captain America.
Okay, then have Bucky do it. That's what Bucky always was.
I think I would go in a different direction with some of these. Like we were talking last week about those comic books from Comicpalooza. Hey, and thanks for watching, some of you guys. Some of the guys from Comicpalooza, I think, tuned in. Thanks for watching. But anyway, the comics back then were... Comics now, everything's written for more adults, 18 and up probably, even though it might not be gore, it might not be Red Band, but I think it's targeted towards those audiences. And when I was growing up, comics were more a kid thing, even though the stories were not necessarily always kid stories, but I think you could go back to that, where there's some nonsense in them, and there's some, doesn't have to be total Adam West Batman. Yeah, I think that type of comic would have a market rather than everything being gritty, Red Band. Push it as far as we can without getting Red Band. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And that seems like what they're doing with the new Batman #1. That just came out. The writer of that said it's going back to the format of it's just issue by issue. You can pick up issue 12 and not be completely lost because it starts, has a middle, and end. In this issue, there's a little hook at the end of the issue, obviously, to get you to come back. But it's
maybe
it's
two issue stories once in a while.
Yeah, it's not like that absolute universe I have there. It's always an arc. It's always an ongoing story across multiple issues. So I think there is, that's nice that Batman's going back to that, and he's got the blue outfit. That's sweet. He's got all the gadgets. That's cool. Yeah.
All right. So we spent a lot of time on comics there. That'll get flew off the handle. So you're obviously doing some writing of your own, and there's a new issue of Velvet Sky out this week.
Indeed, there is issue #5. They're all available on my website, paintedpresser.com, or you can go to my Instagram, click the link, or Facebook, click the link. It's right there.
Being a little interesting, if you've seen the graphic on the Facebook post this week, there's a sort of a shady-looking milkman on there.
Milkman in a M70 gas mask.
Yeah.
So you never know what's going on.
I like those little graphics. I get the feel that it's like a sort of a Logan's... Did you ever see Logan's Run?
I did see Logan's Run.
When did you see that?
I don't know.
Because we never watched it.
I think I just watched it.
That was a great show. I feel like it's sort of a Logan's Run where they're living in a bubble of some sort, controlled bubble.
It's a retro sci-fi thriller, but is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's got a retro vibe to it, and then it's like 1950s vibe, and then next issue 6. They've been around for a while, but the teaser's out for it. These heroes are coming, but they're not your grandpappy's heroes.
They're not your grandpappy's heroes.
They're a different type of breed. They're a little more ruthless, a little more about what their mission is. They have flaws that kind of drive them: pride, ego, and a need to fulfill legacy that they think they would love to. But for right now, issue 1 through 5 is in a bubble. It's in its own little place,
centered mainly around that girl. And then the last one, this is 5, you're saying?
Yeah.
So 4 was a little creepy.
4 had to do with one of the
behind the
villains.
scenes guy.
One of the villains, his name is Boyer. Classic sci-fi type villain where he's just grimy little bugger.
Yeah, pretty creepy. So yeah, if you haven't read them, stop in and read them.
It's free.
It's chapter by chapter. It's like a couple pages per chapter.
It's just a little time.
Fun little time. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm interested to see where it goes. Do you know what, like, this is being written episodically? Is the whole thing written at this point?
In a sense.
So it's not written, but you kind of have an idea.
It started off as a screenplay. The screenplay is done. but we haven't gotten in the current writing format this way, gotten to where the screenplay started. If that makes sense.
Yeah, so we're ahead of the screenplay right now. Because screenplay, you're limited by 90 minutes.
Yeah, you want to get it one. You just want to. It's got to be short and sweet. But this is taking its good old time.
Good old time.
And so yeah, but like I said, there's a start to the screenplay and an end. Obviously,
Yeah.
We haven't got to the start of it.
Okay.
We went back a little bit, get a little bit more and a little more juice on the history.
Okay. So let's talk Long Walk. Stephen King, a novel adaptation. I'm eager to get to the spoilers because I am proud of these people that wrote this movie. I'm proud of the people that made this movie, and I'm proud of the marketing department of this movie. And I want to say why.
Yes, but let's
start with
Let's start with
non-spoilers.
this. What was the story here? What was happening?
The long walk. They were walking, and it was walking for a long time. The basic, I think you see the premise in the story, but you don't see that's what I'm going to say. The marketing department did a good job. You get dialogue in the trailers, you know what the gist of the story is. You got to keep walking.
Walk or die.
Walk or die. That's basically it. And you see some of the characters. As far as a Stephen King adaptation of a book, the last couple podcasts I said Pet Sematary was the best adaptation that I liked the most of Stephen King's book.
It was the most true from page to screen. Because The Shining is like
famous movie, but
it's famously not even close.
Right.
People know that.
Yeah, but I thought Pet Sematary was a better. I like Pet Sematary. I thought it was scary. It was pretty true to the book. I read the book in high school, which was like 5 years ago now, so I don't remember it that well.
Right, pal.
And
I was in high school 5 years ago. That means you were in high school.
That's weird. That's odd how that happened.
It's like Back to the Future.
Yeah.
So, have you ever seen Back to the Future?
I've seen it. Saw it.
They go to high school.
Yeah.
The son.
I saw
it. Actually is exactly like Back to the Future because the son in that movie is trying to help his wimp of a dad.
All right, let's not digress into any sort of.
It's exactly like that movie. Wow, that was you the whole time.
All right,
what did they call you? They made a name for you, and they shoved you in the locker.
Margaret McFly?
No, they shoved you in the locker, bro.
What are you talking about?
You always get bullied in the halls.
This guy. 1981 is the same difference of time that if the movie was filmed now, they'd be talking about. Which is a scary thing. Same thing to Back to the Future. Back to the Future goes back to...
I don't get what you're saying.
Back to the Future was made in, let's say, 1985. Yeah. They go back in time to, 1950.
Oh, it would be like
us. 30 years. So the difference, if they made Back to the Future today, they'd be going back to,
That's just crazy.
Which is crazy, yeah.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I don't know.
The Long Walk. Walk or die.
Walk or die. How did we get to
adaptation?
Adaptation. I think this ranks right up there. It ranks right up there. It was a great movie, regardless of whether it was an adaptation or not. Like I said, I don't remember the deep potatoes. Walking, guys. You're walking for days. And we tried to look up what the real record is.
We don't know. So if you do know, let us know. There's a guy named George Megan who has the world fooled, saying that he walked for, 6 years? 6 years straight. The Guinness World Record, this is what it said too, continuously walked for 6 years from South America to Alaska. Stupid. And it was 19,000 miles.
Yeah, obviously that's not what we're talking about.
We're talking about how these kids were, where they literally can't stop walking.
I thought in the book they gave them breaks, but they didn't. I had to look up, because in the movie they didn't give them breaks. And in the book apparently they did, but for some reason I thought they did.
What is your, just before we go simple review of the movie here. It's brutal, but it's got a lot of heart. Each of the characters have that moment, that Icarus moment, where they're in the sun and they have that beautiful moment. And before they stop walking.
So
it's their Icarus moment. Each of them have it. each character has a lot of heart and a lot of uniqueness to them that shines through in little moments or in big moments, but it is brutal. It's not a Stephen King Pennywise is lurking in the shadows movie. It's
There's
just
no shadows.
It's just a brutal.
Yeah, when they obviously they shoot you when you stop, or you break your break limits or whatever.
You have to walk 3 miles per hour.
Which was in the movie. They're always walking. Once they start walking, the whole movie is walking. It seems like they're going at a brisk pace. I wonder if you know what I mean. It's not like
sauntering.
Yeah, they're hustling.
So I wonder if
that's really a 3-mile pace. And they have an interesting. Some theaters are putting treadmills in.
They had I think it was like a premiere for it, or a challenge where they put treadmills in, and you had to walk the 3 mile per hour pace. And if you fell under it, you got kicked out. Which is fun. So I kind of wonder where the 3 miles is. And you know what else I was thinking would be interesting? You know, they have all these reality shows. Why not do it long? I mean, you don't have to kill the people, obviously. Yeah, don't do that.
You don't do that. You don't have to.
Unless the prisoner's on death row.
Now we're getting
But
somewhere.
I think instead of having them do the long walk, gladiatorial battles.
Yeah, like
give them a sword.
Just Running Man.
No, give them a sword. Give these two deranged lunatics swords and have them fight it out.
Does the winner get to?
No, he
Just goes back to jail.
Yeah, just goes back to jail.
He gets to live, but go back to jail.
Yeah, for life.
Never did.
Or he can fight in the next battle.
Or if he chooses. All right, but yeah, any of that would be great. You know, we're there as a society, I think. It's not the 50s. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're there. But what about a long walk reality show? And if you did just the same rules, but if you except instead of getting shot, you're just pulled.
Yeah,
I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah, you have a live camera. The guy gets a bunch of money. People would do it.
And I think it would be drama. I mean, people would be breaking down.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they would start snapping, bro.
By the third or fourth season, or second or third season, you'll have people that were training for it.
Yeah.
So it's going to go on.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
On. The first season, you're going to get some scrubs in there that are like, oh, I can walk. 2 hours later.
That would be the best season. That would be the most fun.
Yeah, because you'd have some scrubs.
Yeah. And they'd be talking about, we famously have some people in our lives who played a Thanksgiving turkey bowl game.
Oh,
and the one time, they just fell over, just like play 2. Okay? They fell over and he's laying in the grass. I need a Hershey's bar. You'd have those guys.
You'd have those guys out there first season.
So it'd be a lot of fun.
I think it'd be interesting. It'd be good. And yeah, if you had everybody mic'd up and you had cameras, get their conversation. It'd be just like a real, and make it a real reality show. Don't make it one of these ones where you stage. How are you going to stage it if everyone's really long? You could go across, like you'd be going, apparently these people can do it for, what do you say, 4 days? Yeah. You're going to cover some real estate. You can go through towns. People will be out for it.
Yeah, cheering.
I think you might be onto something.
You can like drop care packages. Like if you have enough fans, they could be like, like the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Where they would send like care packages. Oh, he needs new shoes. I'll send him new shoes.
Yeah.
I'll send him.
Or you get a break.
Yeah.
There'd be all kinds of like.
They donate enough
like
money
Mario
that you can
coins.
ride on the back of the Jeep.
Oh man, that'd be the big prize. You get to ride on a scooter.
I'll send him an energy, a 5-hour energy or a Red Bull or something.
See, there's advertising opportunities there. This show is a gold mine of ideas.
We had some comic ideas thrown out at the beginning. We're having this now.
I think there's something there. But back to the movie. So yeah, each character kind of gets their moment. It's brutal when they show every time somebody gets killed. They show it pretty much. It's suspenseful. That's the weird thing. You're getting down to one person. So all these characters that you're getting to know, they're not making it. Yeah. Even more than a horror movie, because horror movie, maybe 2 people make it, maybe 3 people make it. You don't know for sure. This one guy's making it. You know that from the get-go. Everybody else is dead.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like this is the same director of the Hunger Games.
Oh, yeah?
The Hunger Games. I think the later ones. But it's not like that where there was a sense of hope. oh, we're going to make it up together. You know,
Yeah.
we can break these rules last second and make it up together.
Some
it
sort
wasn't
of
like
scheme.
that.
Yeah.
I'll also say this, since the same guy, I think it might have been the guy who didn't direct the first. I feel for these characters. There's like they're even a lot of them are kind of like macho douchey. You still feel for them more than I felt for any kid in the Hunger Games.
For sure.
Like watching those movies, I'm not like, just kill him.
You just know that everybody else is fodder.
Yeah.
You feel that they're just there
and
to
you
be.
never have their moment, which is fine because Katniss is not a character. She does that. But they have their time on the screen, and that fills out the movie. You never get a chance to really know the other contestants from the other districts. But this movie, you get to know everyone because they are always together. They're always in a pack. And again, the movie just allows them to have their moment. Like there's a scene in Hunger Games, Rue, this little girl, she dies. Still was not as
you don't
impactful
feel it as much
as some of the deaths in this movie. And it doesn't even come down to a brutality fact. Like obviously this movie's more brutal, it's rated R, Stephen King. But it wasn't even about that made me feel for them, obviously. That made that death more impactful. It was the character and the build up to it and just the final moments of it.
Yeah, you just feel like that guy really just died.
Yeah.
Whereas other movies, it's just a movie. Yeah. Just cares.
Yeah, and that is a credit to the brutality of it too. It's like, oh gosh.
Yeah. So, good movie.
If you're into this sort of thing.
If you're into this sort of, I mean, it's a drama. It's not horror.
Yeah, it definitely has a lot of heart too. The two leads really bought into their relationship. It's pals.
Oh, for sure. Because it grows through the movie.
Yeah.
And they're kind of opposite characters. They both. You kind of get their worldview through both of them. They kind of have tragic. Both of them have tragic backgrounds, but the one guy came out of it with optimism. The other guy came out of it with a revenge.
Yeah. But yeah, I really bought them. I bought every character. And like I said, I can't undersell the heart of the movie. I think the heart of the movie outshines for me.
Yeah, my only drawback, and I felt this way when I saw the trailers.
Yeah.
The major. Yeah, he doesn't do it. Looks frail. He looks old. He's not intimidating. Voice is not intimidating.
Yeah.
As a villain of that magnitude.
Yeah, because they all, like, when he first shows up, they're like shuddering.
Yeah, everybody's like in awe of the major. Sorry, but Mark Hamill didn't have that aura.
Yeah,
that's my only.
Yeah, his voice was a little too, I don't want to say whiny.
He's just too old. Maybe not.
I mean, you throw Jack Nicholson in there right now.
Yeah, I feel like Christopher Lee, the guys from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
You know, either one of them older guys could have been much more intimidating. Yeah, I don't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's definitely people out there that could have.
He just didn't.
With the voice. I think it's
even his clothes, the way they had him dressed, he was like an old, frail man because his clothes were not hanging off of him, but they showed that he was an old, frail man.
Yeah.
Because they were too big for him, so to speak. I don't know if there was intention to that.
I agree. I think you could have found somebody with more presence and more intimidation for the role.
Yeah, but in the end, he's not really the villain per se. You know what I mean? So it doesn't detract from the movie that much because they're not really battling him or fighting him. He's just the character that is implementing this thing.
Yeah.
So it's not a big drawback, but that would be my only nitpick. That's a small one. I don't think it detracts from the movie that much.
Bring in the spoilers now, but before we do, please let us know your favorite Stephen King novel and or adaptation movie. Do you have a favorite Stephen King novel? Just to get the...
This was one of my favorite. I mean, The Stand. The Stand is probably one of my all-time favorite books. First read that out. This was one of my favorite Stephen King stories. It's not The Stand. obviously on a much smaller scale than The Stand.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was super cool, and because of the ending, because I thought that the ending of the novel was this really stuck with me.
So let us know your favorite.
And what are we going to rate that? Spoiler free. What are we giving that as a rating?
I'm going to give it a 7.5 or an 8, just because it's so brutal at times. Like, I'm not like, oh, I need to rewatch. You know?
Yeah, I don't know that I ever would go to rewatch. There's good lines in there, though. Some good. Really got to keep track. You want to give it a 7.5?
Yeah, I think.
Why would you not rate it higher?
Just at times it's just a little too brutal. It's a little too like, okay, this is craziness, and that makes it for a hard rewatch.
But given the universe that it's in, what's the craziness? That's a crazy universe and a crazy situation.
I'm not sitting there going, oh,
nothing was over the top unbelievable given.
No, I'm not. It's not about over the top unbelievable. It's just like your head blown off. Oh gosh, it's brutal. It's brutal. It is brutal. It's violent, and I'm not like, oh, no violence, no God. But at the same time, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not going to sit there.
All right, for rewatchability, I understand why that might be low, but why a 7? How does that? I don't understand how that takes away from your rating of it.
I want to be able to rewatch this movie. When I'm sitting there, here's how I look at it. just to put it out there, I saw the Batman 5 times in theater. Yeah. There's a 5 out of 5 for me, a 10 out of 10. And that's not without its flaws. All right. You know what I mean? Like this is, I saw it in theaters once. If that's enough for me, that deteriorates.
Got it.
I understand. If I'm, and it's not even like, I need to go back and watch that movie because I'm confused. A Christopher Nolan Tenet.
Yeah, you need to watch that once or twice just to make sure what's going on.
But it's like sometimes I come out of a movie and I'm like, wow, I can do that again. Dune 2, for example. I saw that twice in one day, twice opening day. Wow. Think about that for a minute. That was 3 hours.
That's your day. That's your day right there.
So yeah, there for me is like, I didn't get that feeling.
All right, so when you exited the theater, you didn't have that feeling.
I enjoy it.
I
a 7.5 or a 3.5 or 4 out of 5. That's not bad. That's way above average.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 8 then. 8.5. If we're using half, 85%. Because I thought it was a good movie.
It is a good movie. I'm not trying to say it's not a good movie.
I wasn't blown away, but then again, I kind of knew what was coming. So it was a great Stephen King adaptation. I thought there was great characters, great lines. Good movie. Solid movie. I recommend you go see it at theaters. Help out our theater goers. Keep cinema alive. It's definitely something great to go see at the movie.
Little kids in this movie.
Yeah, you don't want to bring your little kids or your
little squeeze, your little honey.
I don't know.
Whatever's going on.
I don't know what I'm saying. All right, so spoiler section. Yeah. Ready? So this is what I want to say.
Go ahead.
For the marketing department, I commend you. This was one of the rare times I had a plot twist at the end of the movie even for a book that I read. And I still was twisted at the ending. And you didn't blow it. In all the marketing and all the trailers, you managed not to blow it. I hope this develops a new trend in marketing and film. Here's what happened. The name of the main character in the book is Gary. That's that guy's name?
Yeah. Gary.
I'm like, just so... And that's Stephen King right there.
That's the right.
And all your marketing, everything I've seen, figures this is the picture that's up here right now, shows Gary. The trailers focus on Gary, the white guy with the hat. The bucket hat. There you go. That's who we're focusing on. He's also the winner in the book, is Gary. So you're watching the trailer, you're looking at the marketing materials, Gary. In the movie, I would say the two guys,
just to keep with the Garrity theme throughout the movie, he is the main character. he shares his time, but you have flashbacks of him.
This is what I was going to say.
Okay.
I was going to say that I think they split pretty evenly, but Garrity gets those flashbacks. So you're led to believe, obviously, Garrity is going to be the survivor because you know only one guy can survive.
Yeah.
And if you read the book, it's Garrity. And all through the movie, I'm led to believe it's Garrity. And all the marketing tells me it's Garrity. Turns out,
right at the end,
not Garrity.
It's my ghost. What was the other guy's name?
Peter something.
Dude, I love.
Is that the guy from Sinners?
No, it's the guy from Alien Romulus. Great performance in Alien Romulus.
Oh, I thought he was a great performance in this too.
Yeah. He is, for me, honestly, just based on these two projects I've seen of him, I'm going to whatever he's in. Because he delivers every time for me so far. It's 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
But it's
still
standout performances as well. It's not like he's just there. That Alien Romulus performance, if you've ever seen that movie, thrown in it, he's able to switch personalities on the dime, disc in his ear. Sometimes faltering back, it was stuttering. A stupid drone, but a stuttering drone. Yeah. And he goes into the drone that is for the betterment of the company. So there's Garrity and there's the guy. There's the guy we're talking about. But yeah, and then in this one as well, and it's a completely different type of character. It's a character that's full of heart and optimism from his Alien Romulus counterparts, and he delivers on that too. I'm fully invested in his story based on this guy's acting.
Yeah, and you don't know, they just do a switcheroo at the end.
Right.
It was even cool how they did it. The Peter guy stopped walking. He was kind of like, all right, I'm cashing my chips. Wait.
Cashing my chips?
No. That guy stopped walking. Who stopped walking first?
Yeah. Peter's his name?
I'm pretty sure. Peter something. I think it is.
Because I guess they call him by his last name. That's what I'm...
Peter McFries.
All right, yeah.
Pete McFries. That's what I was thinking of.
David Johnson is the actor's name.
Yeah, he does a nice job. But, so he stops, and Garrity goes back and gets them, because they're helping each other out, which is kind of weird, but it's weird in the book, too. I mean, you're walking with these guys.
Yeah.
And their whole thing was, we're all brothers. These two were brothers. And you get down to the last 4, and they're making promises to each other. Whatever. But anyway, so he runs back and gets Garrity and keeps him walking. And then all of a sudden,
Garrity's behind him.
Yeah, because they're hilarious at this point.
McFries stops to let Garrity win because Garrity has a mom at home that he needs to get back to. And then Garrity turns around and runs and starts pushing McFries from the back and then stops and just lets him go. Because they both had 3 warnings at that point too because they stopped.
Yeah. And then so it doesn't take long for him to stop. Peter doesn't even realize it until all of a sudden he turns around and Garrity's not there. He gets shot. And then in the book, the reason I loved the book was an unexpected ending. If you are the winner, you get a wish. So you're wondering what this is going to be. You're wondering what this is going to be. At that point, Garrity in the book wins. Peter stops and gets shot, and Garrity then just goes crazy and starts running. That's the end of the book. You don't know what he got to wish for. You don't know. He just went crazy, which I suppose you would at that point.
Yeah.
How you start running, though, at that point, I don't know, but that just shows that he's nuts.
Yeah.
So it's a great twist that they hit. And I hope if you're going to see this movie that you didn't watch this, because it's one of the only twists in cinema that I've seen in the last bunch of years.
Yeah.
I mean, would you agree? You didn't read the book.
I didn't read the book. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was reading.
Right, but did you think it leads you to believe? Obviously,
no. That was the most suspense for me. I was like, oh, he's gonna die. You know what I mean? I really felt like, oh.
Right, but the way they told the story, and especially
that's why I was so sure he was going to die. It was like, can't be anybody but this guy.
So kudos to them on that, because that's why you go to the movies, to be surprised, to be entertained, to have that feeling of I've never seen it. It's different. And it's good that they did that, because obviously there's all kind of people that have read the book, but you still get that unique ending. And they didn't botch it as they did in maybe Game of Thrones or something like that.
You don't want to start with that. You want to talk about being here for a while.
You can change the ending, but you can't botch it. You can't muck it up.
You know what? And he still hasn't even finished the book.
Yeah,
so people like to blame those guys. Sure, absolutely. They did everything wrong. Literally, they did everything wrong. Literally, every character was
butchered.
It's absolute. That should be looked into. But
it's a crime against the audience.
Also, what was George R. R. Martin doing that whole time?
Yeah. I mean, at least they got something down on film, you know.
Yeah.
What's George doing?
That's his whole life. That's his literal job. Imagine showing up to your job, whatever it might be,
and doing
nothing for years on that. You know, the last book came out in 2011, I believe, when the show started. Okay, so the show has started and ended. You've done nothing for 14 years. It's your job. Okay, it's not even like a job you hate. You chose to be an author. You get to be an author. You get to make money off of that. What are you doing?
The only thing is, he's probably loaded. He probably had. What motivation do you have? What motivation do you have to finish that book at this point? Because they've made.
The motivation is they did the show. They ended it so bad. That's my life's work. They ended it wrong. I want to correct this. He also wants to write 2 books. It's not one.
Do you think there's a market for it, though? At this point? It's so long after.
Yes.
People have seen.
People are still. You can go theory after theory after theory, because the books are so much more than the show. In fact, they could have made 12 seasons off the books alone before getting to this point where you have to make something. Because there's one of the books is he just adds a bunch of more people, more point of views, and they go to this place called Dorne in Westeros that was not explored at all in the show. There's everything going on there. There's the Sword of the Morning. There's Arthur Dayne. They don't know who Jon Snow's mom is in the books. There's theory after theory. There's this guy called Cold Hands helping Bran. No one knows who he is. Again, there's theory after theory.
Is that outside of the original 3 books then?
No, it's like there's so much. Dorne is in book 4.
Okay, I did not get to
where they go into all of it. And the books are good.
Oh yeah.
There's a guy who has the magic horn that contains dragons. So he's going to Daenerys across the sea, going to get her because he heard about her dragons. He's going to try to steal her dragons with this magical horn. The theory is it's the horn of something or another that can break the wall. So when he blows it across to try to tame dragons, the wall's going to come down.
That's what they think.
That's one of the theories, is that this is that horn. But Samwell Tarly found a horn in the north that could be the horn.
So no one floating around.
Yeah,
that guy.
Again, there's so much. You know what?
Again, you can go on. So yeah.
But anyways, back to the Long Walk. Every death hits. There's a little crazy.
Little Asian guy.
It was like the Goonies at the beginning too.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a group, or Stand By Me, the Goonies, one of those.
Yeah.
And that's what it very much feels like. And then people start dying. And you're like, this is a weird version of the Goonies.
Stuff just got real.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah. But that kid.
And even the people, or the kids, whatever you want to call them, they have like this, all right, here we go. This is going to be a good time.
They'll have fun, man.
Until the first one gets killed, and then everybody's like, oh shit.
Like, we screwed up. They all say that. They're like, oh yeah, like this was a mistake. We didn't sign up for this. But again, there's so much heart at the middle of this story that carries it through. Mostly because of McBride. I think he is, in retrospect, he is sort of the link. They both are. Yeah, they give each of them their moment of being a leader
they're
or
very
a guy.
Equal because they are going to pull that switch at the end, knowing that they are going to pull the switch at the end. do get equal. But yeah, the Peter character is the optimist. They both had a rough childhood, but Peter is the optimist, so he's always. But Garrity though is the one that starts out making friends with everybody.
Yeah.
And always trying to help it. Somebody lagging behind.
But I think
Peter kind of does it too.
I think he starts to break though. I think the walk starts to break him more than it breaks.
For sure. Peter looked fresh till the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Peter ends up carrying Garrity more than Garrity doing anything for Peter. But I think Garrity started out as the person that was trying to help everybody and keep everybody going.
But I think he just broke under the pressure. Yeah. More so than Peter.
Yes.
And I can't believe I forgot the other guy. Very
the last guy with the nose bleed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good character too.
That was like the one where I felt the most. They're carrying him and he's bleeding out of his nose for no reason. I'm like, oh.
Well,
it's not that dude. Cut. Knew it. Sorry. Baker. Okay, so this is the guy. Baker. He has this rosary around his neck that his grandma gave to him. And that's what I'm talking about. Each character has this Icarus moment where they're, they're dying, but they have a beautiful character moment. In that one, I felt the most. There's another.
Because you're down. What was he? He was fourth. So yeah. He just couldn't go on anymore. He started bleeding.
And he's like, asked me to be here. Each of them have such a good story, and it's credit to the actors for them being able to sell. Because it's just a dialogue. You know what I mean? It's not, you never get an action backing their words. You just have to take them at face value for what they're saying, for who they say they are. And the actors sell it so well. In those final moments especially, the Asian kid, oh dude, his death was brutal. That make it all the more bittersweet. They start singing, his wife's name was Clementine, so at one point the rest of the group is singing Sweet Clementine or whatever that song is. So yeah.
Oh my darling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. That guy was like stumbling for like 3 days before he finally backed it in. He was just like this for the longest time, just trying to keep
drooling out of his mouth. Because I think he said he was allergic to the spam, so he must have been eating.
Oh, maybe at that point he did start eating. But there was a couple times I thought they just killed him off screen. Because he was, he was at that edge for like the last hour of the movie. So there's a couple times I figured they must have just killed him off screen.
Yeah.
But then you look and he's still going on.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good friends with Baker. They were like pals. They all up. But yeah, so those are like the main four characters too.
Yep.
And so these two on this side were good pals, Baker and Asian guy. They were good pals, so that Baker had his moment trying to pull him and pick him up, but he just couldn't.
Yeah.
And I just want to say more about each character having their own little thing. There's like a jerk, a classic Stephen King bully with the mullet, and he's just a troublemaker for no reason, and this is the worst sense.
But it seemed like he had some mental issues, though, because... Are you talking about the guy that goaded that guy?
Yeah.
I don't know what his name was.
He's like...
But he was like doing this, like...
Well, because I think he had mental issues. Himself for...
But he was doing it before that, I think. So at some point he just was like, so I was like, this guy got some mental issues.
Yeah, I thought he was... I thought he was played by the same kid that played the bully in the It movies. He's not. But that's why I say classic Stephen King bully.
Yeah.
They have that little grimy, ratty look to them. But
speaking of, you say classic bully, and then he has that look to him. My mom went to the movies with us.
Yeah. She has Stephen King. We didn't trick her. Okay.
No.
We didn't go, this is a fun little movie to come watch.
No, she knew what she's getting into. She has probably every Stephen King book written.
She actually has them all except for one because you lost that one.
It's in this house somewhere. I did not lose it. It's not like I took it somewhere and left it somewhere. It's in this house somewhere. Plus, I think I returned it, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm sure
she keeps them all up on her shelf, and she just doesn't have that one up there. Because you returned it.
So I'm sure if she doesn't have it, then I didn't return it. But I feel like I did. But anyway, what were you saying? Oh, I don't know.
She had a bully or something. She was telling me something.
Oh, she said that Stephen King picked out all the kids from the screen test. They probably brought them in for screen tests, and we got to watch the footage of them, and he handpicked all the kids, which I think is pretty cool. Pretty neat.
Yeah.
I wonder if he okayed the ending.
It's not like you're just adapting something. You know what I mean? This is Stephen King we're talking.
I wonder what he thinks of. Usually he'll.
I wonder if he wrote it. Oh. If he wrote the ending and said, "I want to change to this," or if they wrote it and he read it and was like, "No." But just one more thing about the bolt. He is taking pictures along the way, which I thought added such a uniqueness to his character that, like for me, added a layer that he wasn't just a bully. Like you say, he might have mental issues, but it had a depth to the character. It's never explored, never explained. But to me, it added a depth because he is just taking these pictures, and they're of weird things. There's a moment; it's really cool. It's like a blind cat. He takes a picture of that. This one kid goes crazy, starts stripping and running, and he gets shot, and he's taking the pictures of that. So there's a depth to each character like that.
Where it's just not a cut and paste. But also, he at the end, he comes clean. He's like, I don't know why I do that. I've never had friends. But then he snaps. So he kind of makes amends, but then he snaps again. So he was like bipolar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, tell me about the right.
Yeah.
And then the guy says something to him. He's like, what'd you say? And he's like, what? Starts yelling at him.
Yeah. Why didn't you ask me? But that was a tense moment because he had that spoon he was messing with.
I thought he was going
to attack somebody.
Yeah. But he ends up attacking himself.
I love the cinematography of it too. Just to go over that. There's a lot of just nice shots that explain the world without. I don't know what happened. They mentioned the war. Obviously, it's one of those scenarios. The war happened, but it still feels like a wasteland of sorts because of these creepy shots. There's a car on fire at one point. It's just on fire. No one's putting it out. There's no one around. It's just on fire. There's the blind cat we mentioned. They're just waiting, watching them from the church. There's little families along the side of the road that watch them.
Not like a lot.
Yeah.
Just like here and there, there's two. I like the kids that came up on the bike. Yeah. Poor guy was yelling, get out, because there's somebody's about to get shot at that point. They're down to the last.
There was a lot of cool shots.
I had their little backpacks. And they came from different backgrounds. Like the one guy right away got a stone in his shoe. So he's taking his shoe off, and they're counting down on him. But when he's tying his shoe back up, you can see that his shoe is already still in it and stuff. That's why it got a rock in it.
Yeah, there was a guy ready to book. He broke his ankle trying to walk on it. Yeah, there's some little kid who went.
Yeah, there was a little kid that must have lied about being in there. He was the first one gone, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, he didn't know what he was getting into.
Yeah, poor guy.
Poor fella. He didn't last long. Good movie, though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Like you said, I don't know that I'm something I'm going to watch a couple times because watching doesn't people shot.
Yeah, and that, again, it's brutal, it's graphic, it shows you it every time. And again, for me, that's why Solo is like, okay, you can turn away for this one. You know what I mean? Focus.
They didn't. They never did.
They did not. They made sure to show that.
Yeah. Good movie. All right. So what's coming up next?
One battle after another. Next week. I think so. I think it's
maybe Leonardo
maybe
DiCaprio.
It's 2 weeks. Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Good stuff.
One battle after another.
One battle after another is next. That's the Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Playing.
We'll probably be back for that because I know we're going. Like Leo.
We like his character.
Like a goofy movie.
We like his character, bumbling idiot.
Yeah. Looks good. So that'll be the next one. Unfortunately, we did not get Primal War.
Yeah. If you saw that, let us know.
Yeah,
I heard it's awesome.
For real?
Yeah.
What's it got, like 10% of it?
Does it? Okay, everybody does say the acting's bad, the CGI hit or miss at times. But you know what? I'm not there for that. I'm not there for the acting.
I'm there for
I want to
dynasty.
see. Yeah, I'm there for what you're selling.
And if they eat them badly, graphic design wise, we're down for that too.
Yeah, that's the type of brutality I can watch.
Yeah.
A velociraptor just ripping a guy's apart.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, Primordial, we didn't get to see this movie. Our theater did not list it until
It was a scare.
Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, I thought it was not going to be at our theater. That was different. So, all right. So, thanks for watching. We'll be back next week or the week after with what is it?
One battle after
One battle after another. All
And
right.
yeah, leave a comment. What's your favorite Stephen King novel, story, or story? What's it?
Let's do Bachman books.
Yeah.
Which is a good one.
I think this one. There's one Stephen King novel that isn't printed anymore. You know what it is? Raid.
Great. Probably worth a pretty penny.
So yeah, let us know your favorite Stephen King novels. Hit that like.
Yep, hit that
Come
like.
back for one battle after another. It might be next week.
So,
So hey, make sure to hit that bell so you can get notification.
thanks for watching. See you next time.